First of all, when we talk about social work, it is basically a professional course to help people to help themselves. Now, it has both theory and practice. All the professional colleges courses have that, no, theory and practice, whether medical or social work, counseling, psychology, all these have that dimension. Whereas you study the classical courses of physics or chemistry, they do practical in terms of toward a scientific methodology part, not of dealing with the clients directly. Now, when we talk about social work, it has got three components. The first one is the clientele system, the people who want help, who need help. It can be an individual, it can be a family, it can be a group, it can be a community or an organization. All these are known technically as a clientele. That is the first step. And this would be, the second area is in terms of professional development of the person, the social worker, the professional. That will be in terms of acquiring knowledge, developing skills, developing proper attitudes, and developing awareness. This is from the point of view of the person who is helping. And there is a third dimension that is known as a social work agency. When we do a professional type of social work, it needs a certain legitimacy. And that legitimacy is given by professionally developed organizations. In our language, we say either the government or non-governmental organizations. And depend on the clienteles, whether it is an individual, family, or a group or a community, the social work develops certain methods. The one method is they talk about social case work. It is not a case study, it is a case work. Case study is a method or approach in research, whereas case work is helping people directly face to face. And the counseling is one area of this case work. Then we have helping people in the groups, where we talk about group dynamics, and the interaction become the heart of this process, and where you develop leadership, communication skill, decision-making process, conflict management, all come from this point of dealing with the groups. And thirdly, we also work with communities, where the community come together, they identify their needs, they identify resources, they network with others to bring the resources. All these are part of community development. For example, in Kerala, we have the Kudumbasri. Kudumbasri was a project started 96 only officially started, but 92-93, Loyola had an experience of working with the urban poor. And we have in fact developed the whole strategies and methods, and even writing the constitution at that time, Kudumbasri, for the government of Kerala. Now it has got 42 lakhs of women. And in early 90s, Kerala had 37% of poverty. Right now, we have only 7%. For the last 20 to 30 years, we were able to reduce the poverty, the abject poverty. Doesn't mean that the poverty is totally eradicated, and it is not possible at the moment, particularly in this type of structure. But eventually it can be, because if the country can develop the welfare dimension and interact with people and everybody cooperate, and that is possible. So these are the basic ideas of social work is concerned. Now, when we look at counseling, what is counseling actually? Counseling is to help a person when he or she has a difficulty. To first of all, to help the person to analyze the issue and to understand the causes of that problem, then to find various alternatives to solve the problem, because no problem is coming from a single issue. It has a different type of ramification. And no problem has a single solution also. There is no single solution. There may be many solutions. And the client has to choose the most appropriate one. And in that process, the counselor does not give the answers. It helps the person to discover and help to understand. And that's the moment the client finds difficult. Sometimes they say, oh, now I know the problem very well. I know the cause of problem. I know the solutions, but I am not capable of adopting this. And that is the time the counselor helps the person to become aware of his capabilities and develop skills and face the problem head on. This is actually the counseling is. The understanding is that counseling is meant for normal people. Abnormal people, counseling cannot be done. Why? Because in the counseling process, what happens is the one issue that is basically that a person to first find out whether the person is normal or abnormal. And in psychology, normally say there are three types of. First one is a normal people, but they have difficulties when they meet with a crisis, when they go through a development stages in the childhood, when they have a problem in there and we need to some preventive dimension. All these are the areas that a person himself or herself will not be able to handle. And the person is aware of the problem. That's the time the counseling. That's what we call it a normal person. And there are people who are neurotic people. It is not mad people. They know the problem, but they are not able to act upon that. For example, a person has a fear, a deep down fear. He or she is aware, but she does not know what to do with that. Because when the fear comes, one gets incapacitated. That's the problem. Or when you are terribly angry, you are abnormal for a short while. Only after that we come to know about that. So these type of aggressive, exaggerated problem issues that we lead to the certain neurosis. That's the time we go for a psychotherapy. So there is a difference between counseling and psychotherapy. Counseling is meant for normal people. They know their problem, but they are not able to find the exact reasons and the solution. That's the counseling. Whereas in our personality, we have personality as in psychology, there are three dimensions. Our thinking dimension, that's a cognitive. Our feeling dimension, that's called affect. And our behavior, that's the cognitive dimension, the willing dimension. Now, any of these issues, sometimes we have a problem because I am not able to think consistently. I tend to think always negatively. All these are cognitive problems. So then you have to use a cognitive therapy to understand what is the thinking process. Either you do a transaction analysis from the point of relationship, communication, then a rational emotive therapy. All these are used as a cognitive therapy to clarify your thinking process and which affect your feeling and your behavior. Whereas when you have emotions as a serious problem, you are not able to handle at all. Then you use the emotive therapy. The Gestalt of Fritz Perls is basically dealing with emotions. And Fritz says, Fritz Perls says that, when you have emotions conjures up in your chest, you are not able to even breathe properly. So get it out of your chest. That is his argument always. That is called psychotherapy. And we also have sometimes so-called mental diseases, and where your the physical chemical properties is not congruent with the normal situation. And that's the time you go for a psychiatric test. Psychiatrists are doctors who have done medical service, then they go by specialization mental health. And what do they do? See, when you have a certain emotional problems, you don't handle for a long time, then what happens? It affects your mind as well as your body. Your chemical properties also get disrupted. Therefore, medicine is called chemical, and it gives and become normalized. So some of the things can be from the hereditary factors, environmental factors, personality factors. All these affect the mental diseases. So such things is called a psychiatric. So these are three different distinct type of helping profession, but of course, one should know what and what. So normally in our case and all, when somebody is mentally sick or slowly neurotic, we would not attend to that. When a person suddenly becomes completely mad, then we take a person to the psychiatrist. And that moment, if the counseling may not help, even the psychotherapy may not help. Once the person becomes slightly better, normal, then we can give a psychotherapy and counseling. This is a normal. Now, in the counseling, you have to, there are different stages. The first stage is initial stage is basically, rapport building, it's called. So you have to initiate a discussion with the person and build some confidence in the person, some trust in that person, and to help the person to ventilate if you have emotional difficulty. And second stage is in terms of analyzing the problem and helping the person to own up the problem and look for solutions for the problem, and help the person to appropriate solution, choose one. And the final stage is really taking certain, decisions. What are the decisions that you are going to take? And how are you going to follow it up? What are the follow-up system? And how do we terminate? Because counseling relationship cannot be made permanent. It is a professional relationship. And it is given only time when, as long as the client is needed to you. Of course, we don't develop even friendship at that stage. Maybe when the person is normal and all right, maybe you can develop friendship with the person. Otherwise, it creates problem in the relationship. So that is the process involved, and needs a lot of skills, attending skill, communication skill, and feedback skill, and planning skill. All these are different type of skills needed in counseling, which has to be practiced. Only through a guided level one can do this. And of course, we normally talk about there are 4 approaches basically in counseling. The first one is the crisis approach. When a person go through a crisis, either become an alcoholic, or a problem of, somebody divorce case, or somebody dear to you die, and all these things create certain vacuum in one's person, and sometimes even depression. Such time you have to deal with. That is the crisis counseling that means that. Then we also have the development counseling. The child, the person in this world goes through different stages: the childhood, babyhood, then pre-adolescent, adolescent stage, young adult, old age. Each stage has different psychological needs for a person. If that needs are not met properly, next stage of growth will get retarded or fixated, and there can be a problem. These are called the developmental stages, and also known as development task. And each stage one has to do that. For example, a child below the 1 year needs a mother's milk. More than that, also the child needs a physical touch. If the child is not touched sufficiently, hugged sufficiently, child develop a certain insecurity, emotional insecurity. And such children have problem. Even such children are vulnerable to sexual abuse. This is a study shows. And second stage is the child also need to taste all sorts of food. If the child doesn't do that, what will happen? Child will not be able to taste food later, and also creates problem. In Kerala, that's one serious problem we are facing. The largest number of child diabetes in Kerala right now, because we are not helping the children to eat all sort of food. We give food only what the child wants, and that creates a problem. Metabolism is not working properly. So like that, each stage, or the 3 to 5, that stage, the child should be able to deal with the toilet training. Should be able to go to toilet, wash properly, take bath, and wipe properly. All these to be learned at that age between 3 and 6. If the child does not learn that one, normally such children develop certain terms of inferiority complex at a later stage. This also shown. So all these are different stage. Then we have another approach in counseling is called preventive approach. Because the people are going through different type of stages. Everybody is not anticipating properly, and different stages, especially children, need to be given. For example, they are widely using internet now. For example, this COVID time, they have online teaching. So everybody has to get or to borrow a smartphone or a computer. If it is not properly guided, they can be cheated, they get into trouble, and this was possible. Also different, that is called preventive counseling. All these are different type of approaches in counseling, and we need to look into that and how we help out. This is basically the counseling as such is that. I'll stop here at the moment.